the way that the game is structured financially, as far as building a hero or anything in this game, if you wait long enough, it becomes basically free. If you're slow enough, the obsolete heroes come back in style. Yeah, very true. Very true. To that I say, build who you like, and then build some support heroes to make them work.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
There's some pretty decent discussion in here. For example, Maple Tree, I saw this post and I thought that it was something worth bringing up here. I'll probably do what I did with Goose and Somna, build her slowly and cash free. We're discussing Electra. For 6 months, she'll be tested and evaluated, and then I'll decide if she's worth upgrading or will be the next Kai. So this is exactly how people should play Hero Wars, in my opinion. The discussion about how best to level a hero is a very complex and nuanced discussion. It's a very complex and nuanced discussion based on a lot of factors. First of all, despite what Electra may or may not be good at, you have to compare Electra's toolkit to the rest of the heroes that you have built. Like, for example, you may not need a tank. You may absolutely need a tank. So, like, you may not need... Now, ultimately, like, that discussion in itself for Hero Wars Alliance is kind of moot, because you want to have every tank leveled up eventually because of the class skill and the class stats, right? Hero Wars Alliance players have this weird glyph rune system where the more of a single class you have, the stronger it gets. On Facebook and web, it's not based on the number of heroes you have leveled, but it's based on another resource that you can level up called the Tree of Wisdom. So there's the discussion about that. Like, should you level Electra or any new hero? It's very difficult for anybody like me or anybody on the internet to tell you yes or no, because we don't know who else you have leveled. We don't know what your needs are, right? We don't know if you're struggling with XYZ team. Like, Electra counters XYZ team. Are you struggling with that team? Then sure, yeah. Right? Simple answer. But we have to remember that this game is built on psychological triggers. The whole point of this game is to get people to spend to level faster, to build faster. You know, the more emeralds you spend, the more time you spend is not equal, right? The time spent can be up to years compared to the time it would take to do it if you just spent $100, right? Spending $100. There was a whole conversation with a creator a couple of years ago about every single thing in the game had a time component assigned to it. Like, for example, a hero's skin. Like, how long did it take to level up Aurora's dodge skin? Like, in raw, free-to-play time. If I did nothing else with my strength skin stones aside from leveling up Aurora as a free-to-play player, how long would it take? And then, what is the cost? What is the dollar emerald cost to level up that skin? Therefore, the amount of time equals that much money, right? Time equals money, friend, as the goblins in World of Warcraft say. They have that component, and they leverage building things now and the fear of missing out to get us to spend to level up Aurora or Electra or whoever now instead of slowly over time. This comment right here has a different strategy, though, and one that is just as viable, although not as quick. So it says, I'll probably do what I did with Goose and Somna, build her, Electra, slowly and cash free, and then in 6 months reevaluate. Is Electra a necessary hero to have? If so, I'll keep building her, you know. Is Electra not in any of the popular teams? And I say popular, not meta, because meta is made up in Hero Wars. Meta doesn't exist in Hero Wars. Popularity exists, but that's it. Is Electra a main piece of a popular team or a main piece to counter a popular team? And then make the determination then. The way that the game is structured financially, as far as building a hero or anything in this game, if you wait long enough, it becomes basically free. Not exactly free, but basically free. The problem with this strategy is every 3 to 6 months, what's popular changes. So, for example, a lot of players really dug into, well, here's a good picture of Astrid and Lucas right here. a lot of players really dug into the Judge, Julius, Isaac, Astrid, and Lucas team on mobile, right? And while you can still see it every now and then, it's not the popular team that it used to be, right? On Hero Wars Facebook and web, there was the Dante, Orion. See if I can see any handy real quick. Yeah, well, that's close enough. The Dante, Orion, Augustus team, right? Dante, Orion, Augustus was very popular for a very long time. Despite the fact that it was very easy to beat, it was very popular for a very long time. And it's still popular, right? But now there's a new hero to build that counters that. And now you have to build heroes that counter that hero, right? So that's the problem with the strategy of waiting. And they do that on purpose. They do that on purpose. For those of you that are trying to... for those of you that are trying to take a reserved and slow approach to building your units in this game, be it heroes, titans, pets, skins, whatever, the game just moves too fast. And it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's just that expectation that you have to have. Dustin Calvert says, throwing money away on a video game that you'll eventually get bored of. That makes sense. Yeah. If you're slow enough, the obsolete heroes come back in style. Yeah, very true. Very true. To that I say, build who you like, and then build some support heroes to make them work. Right. Once upon a time, Kark was really strong. And I still like to use Kark here and there. Is Kark the best warrior in the game? He's a fun warrior. Is he the best? No. There are plenty of other warriors that do a better job in different situations. Eventually, Kark will be meta again. Or not meta, but popular again, I suppose. DP says she seems promising. DM3 says she's underwhelming so far for me. Yeah, Dante used to be the worst hero in the game. He did. Like, he used to be... The dodge energy thing wasn't a thing. He didn't have that much damage. He was like a weird hybrid control hero. But here's the thing, guys. Spend your money how you want. Not a financial planner. This is for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. I like Electra. I love the idea that she tanks just with pure health. David says Electra dies in less than 15 seconds. Okay, maybe it's not that effective.